Hey guys, welcome back to the Phantoms Fanatic YouTube channel. I am back with my movie reviews. I know I haven't been consistent with them. I missed 1 week. It's not the end of the world. Anyways, I know I'm a bit late on this one, but this week I am reviewing A Quiet Place 2, released in 2021 after delays, obviously, due to COVID and stuff like that. Starring Emily Blunt, Cillian Murphy, John Krasinski, and it was directed by John Krasinski. So, before I get into this, I haven't made a review of the first one, so I might as well say my opinion on that. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a very interesting look on, like, an apocalypse thing and how, like, family is affected by this. Like, all the interesting stuff that can be done with that is very well done. I think it's a very well directed movie. It has a very good emotional gut punch at the end. It's just a very great movie that I really enjoy. I really enjoy the first Quiet Place. And it does like an amazing, interesting apocalypse where everybody has to be quiet, and out of, like, the ones like Bird Box and The Silence, I think that The Quiet Place is the best one who executes this properly of taking away someone's sense. My opinion. Anyways, what do I think of this second one? So, obviously, I did not think that the first movie needed a sequel. It was a closed and book end, I honestly thought. I thought the only thing that I would like to see maybe is how the apocalypse started, like what exactly happened, or like different point of views and stuff like that. There's other things that I wonder, but the story with this family, I thought you can't expand on. But in this, they do. They do a very smart way of expanding on this, because in the first one, it's mainly the parents who are leading everything. Sure, the kids are helping a lot with certain events and things like that, but the parents, like even Emily Blunt in the first one has a line like, what are we if we can't protect them? Like, it was mainly the parents who, like, took the responsibilities. But in this one, they grow the kids out, because you have the death girl, Regan, I think her name is, she, has the cochlear, if it's spoilers for the first movie, she has that implant thing that is able to stun the creatures and they're able to be killed. So she, like, hears this music and decides to head to this radio station that they think, like, people are alive at, because they, like, meet up with Cillian Murphy's character after the death of the father of the family. She goes to, like, help people because she's able to, they know a weakness for this, and if they can help people, they can do that, and that's why she's doing this, is to go do that. So she goes off on her own, which then the mother asks Cillian Murphy's character of Emmett to go save her. And God, Emily Blunt is also amazing in this. The scene where she asks him to go save her, it is so amazing. Props to Emily Blunt in this. All the actors are amazing. I'll talk about Cillian Murphy's character because he's possibly he's probably my favorite aspect of this movie. But as I was continuing with the kids thing, and then at the end, it's very similar to the ending of the first one. The kids are the ones to take responsibility. The kids are the ones to save the day, kind of, which I like. And you run into the problem where horror movie characters are stupid. In this, I don't think that the characters are stupid. Sir, there's like one thing that I think is really dumb that a character does, but from what I can tell, it makes sense to propel the plot and stuff like that. I was able to overlook it and relatively enjoy it. But no, I just love how this movie expands on the first one. I honestly thought, though, that the first one didn't need a sequel, but it expands the family dynamic and stuff like that, and it answers a lot of questions we had. We get to see, other parts of the world. We get to see, like, the creatures' one weakness. We get to see how other people are surviving. And that gets into my favorite part of this movie, is the character of Emmett, played fantastically by Cillian Murphy in this, where his family, didn't have sign language to talk through, so they couldn't be quiet. But he has found ways to avoid it. Like, he went to this, like, remote mill, and I like how in this one they flesh out, like, you can make small noises and they won't hear you. Because in the first one, everybody was like nitpicking, like, they're making noises, why aren't they going after them? It's because it's like they can't, there's still limits to these things that make a bunch of, that are attracted towards noise. But like, he comes up with a different way of communicating and staying alive that is different from the other people's, because he doesn't know sign language. And if he wrote, that would just, if he like wrote stuff down to communicate with the others, that would take so much out of the movie's experience, which I'm glad that they worked around it. And that's why one of my favorite parts is Emmett and Regan's relationship, because he goes to save her, and then she convinces him, because his wife died and stuff like that, that we should go help other people. And like, at the end, he's like, yeah, you're right. I am not like your father, but you are. But also just other things I like about this film. The CGI for the creatures still really well holds up. The music, again, is just fantastic. And so is the sound design in this, because they mimic the thing from the first one, where we go into her hearing, Regan's, and everything is silent, and that sets up a scare. But I feel like it makes sense for the film, and it's more of a stylized thing carried over from the first one that I really enjoy. Also, this movie is very well directed, just like John Krasinski did. It has some amazing shot compositions with the perfect like piano score and stuff like that. It's overall just a very entertaining watch, and where it ends, yeah, I'm fine with that. They don't need to make another sequel. It's like, just like the first one. It ends at the point it ends. It's not gonna have any, like, fallout and stuff like that. These two films are very much alike, to almost to the point where you could edit them together as one film. Timeline-wise and all of this, you could edit them together as one film. But of course, you know, they didn't do that, which makes sense. So another thing that I like, how the world building in this is a lot of fun, because, you know, we only saw the point of view of one family during this apocalypse. We get to see how other people are surviving, what it was on the first day. So many people question that, and I'm so glad we got to see it. The only thing that I would really like to see is how Cillian Murphy's character was in, like, the first half of the apocalypse. We see him on the second half where his family's completely dead, and I'm like, I would have preferred to see something different, but I understand why they didn't do that. It would just take out of time if we were constantly cutting back to him before that, and wouldn't really match up with a lot of things. But anyways, I really enjoyed this sequel. I honestly thought that, you know, how could you expand on the first one? This one really does expand well. It probably helps that you have the same directors, same actors. All of them are willing to do this. I really did enjoy it. I definitely recommend this. If you guys really enjoyed the first one, you'll enjoy this one. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe down below. Comment what you thought about the movie. See you next time.